Hey there. I read over 200 business books, so you don't have to. And today, I'm going over the 5 best business books that I read that can make you rich. Not just that, I'm giving you my takeaways and actionable steps that you can take by reading these books. First, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Let's go over 3 takeaways from the book. Takeaway number 1, the importance of financial education. Understanding the difference between assets and liabilities is a critical part, not just of achieving personal wealth, but also achieving business success so that you don't waste your money investing in business aspects that won't build business revenue. Takeaway number 2, the power of passive income. Passive income is defined as streams of revenue or income that don't take a lot of time to actually generate or create the revenue source for you, but instead you can do these things by investing in, for instance, real estate. Rent every month can be an asset, can be a passive income for you. Developing a course, developing a business that is cash flow positive, that has automatic payments, is also a way to develop a revenue source for your business. That's how you can create passive income, is by investing or spending time creating your business and turning your business into a cash machine that produces passive income. Takeaway number 3, mindset over money. Wealth building starts in your mind before it manifests into actual dollars that you can spend in your money. It's important to feed your mind both through business education, by reading some of the people who have actually done it before, have engaged in business before, and by actually using YouTube as a resource, which you're doing right now. This is a great way to make sure that you can master business, learn lessons that go far, and that can provide you with the business education that takes you and your skills to the next level. So the action step for this book, I want you to take a look at your expenses and see what your liabilities, and think about ways that you can generate passive income that exceed the amount of money that your liabilities every single month are costing you. Whether that is investing in whether that is investing in a vending machine route, or whether that is trying to figure out and learn drop shipping or some kind of e-commerce, whether that is creating a side hustle that helps to bring in more money that surpasses what your liabilities are. By taking a look at what your revenue is coming in versus what your liabilities are, you're setting yourself up for success. Book number 2 is Great by Choice by Jim Collins. In this book by Jim Collins, he talks about the 20-mile march. Essentially, what the 20-mile march is taking consistent efforts, little bitty efforts every day that culminate, when you look back on your journey, into big steps despite conditions. It means that every day you're supposed to take a little bit of action, a little bit of steps toward what your goal is. Developing a little bit more business strategy, learning 1% of something every single day to make your business knowledge and your actions that much better. Takeaway number 2 is fire bullets and then fire cannons. What Jim Collins is talking about with this step is that you want to test and test and test in small ways before you make a big play in your business. Just like, for instance, if you were testing an email marketing campaign, or you're testing a direct mail campaign, or you're testing a Facebook ad or an Instagram ad, whatever the case is, you want to A/B and test those to see which method is the best way to deploy before you spend X amount of money on it. That's like 10x what you're actually spending for marketing for your business on those ads. So what you want to do is you want to take small steps, and then as soon as you figure out that people are responding to a certain path, boom, you hit them with the cannon. Takeaway number 3 is productive paranoia. You want to be able to prepare for the worst case scenario in business.
Houston, we have a problem.
Oftentimes, when I'm doing my business coaching and I'm talking to my clients, what I hear is when they're in a bad situation, it's often because when they got into business, they only plan for the most optimal scenario.
What if 100 people sign up and my business is thriving and they're all paying the highest rate that they could possibly pay, and they're doing so on a recurring basis without me stepping in?
The reality is that most of the time that doesn't happen. So what do you have to do? In that case, well, as a business owner, you have to adjust, because chances are, instead of getting 100 customers coming in through your doors, you might only get 10. How are you going to respond? What's your plan to take that ladder and to walk right out of the hole, and to make sure that you can actually turn that tripping stone into a step stone and actually be successful? Well, productive paranoia will help you to understand that you are not going to sacrifice the great for the good. Consistent, good efforts, understanding that there's risk involved and trying to mitigate as much risk as possible by thinking about what's the worst thing that could possibly happen. Planning for that ahead of time is going to be a game changer. So here's your action step for Great by Choice by Jim Collins. You're going to do the 20-mile march. Start by setting weekly goals for your business. Write down action steps that you can take on a weekly basis to achieve that goal, and be unrelenting and unsacrificing with your goals. Another thing you want to do is you want to always keep in mind the risk and, of course, what could go wrong. Plan for that. Make mitigation strategies so that you can be successful and actually target and reach your goal. The reality is that most businesses who do not plan for risk mitigation suffer the consequences of not understanding what happens when inflation goes up. Perhaps there's a pandemic or another event that could cause your business to slow down. Now that we have the goods and the information about what could happen in the business environment, there's no reason to be caught off guard anymore. Book number 3 by Michael Gerber, The EMyth. One of my personal favorite books. I must actually admit, I read this book every year, even though I know what it says. It's so important for the operation of small business because it teaches small business owners how to operate like a big business. Takeaway number 1 is to work on your business instead of in your business. If you work in your business, you lose the forest for the trees. You don't have the ability to make corrections. You don't know what's going on over here or over there, whatever the case is, because you're working as a technician in your business. If you want your business to grow, you have to be able to observe your business on a global level and be able to make changes as soon as possible. Takeaway number 2 from the EMyth. Michael Gerber talks about the importance of systemization. Why is systemization so important? Because if you have systemization, you'll be able to handle an operating manual to anyone at all who may come in and want to buy your business. And that alone will add multiples to the sale of your business if you ever want to be able to sell your business. The other reason why systemization is so important is because you can't take a vacation with employees and having structures in place and want your customers to be able to be served at a high level unless they know exactly what to do without your involvement. Training, writing down your systems and providing systemized activities on how to mitigate and deal with issues when they arise, and giving your employees ownership is going to be it's going to change the game for you and your business. Once you implement systems, things start to get easier and you start getting closer to the point we talked about Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which is creating for yourself an asset that produces income. Your business can become an asset that produces income, but first, it has to be systematized. And my last takeaway from the EMyth is strategic thinking. You have to have a strategic plan in your business that you can use to make significant changes when they're actually called for. Strategic plan also allows you to put the right people in the right spots for the right job so they can deliver at a high level every single time for your business. When you have clear objectives and goals to achieve, then you know why and how you're supposed to work every single day and every single week, and it makes the planning for your business goals better. There's not a business on earth that makes millions of dollars that doesn't have proper systems in place to actually handle things in their business that are basic tasks, like issues around payment, like issues around marketing strategy and marketing deployment, like how they deal with employee issues, onboarding, for instance. There's so many aspects of the business, especially with AI now, that you can automate that will make doing business so much better. So create that strategic plan, get it going, and you'll see the difference in your business tomorrow. If you've gotten to this point in the video, don't go anywhere, because I have 2 more books to take away and 2 more action steps I want you to implement. But before I do, I want to let you know that in the description of this video, if you're looking to level up your business, whether you just started or whether you're looking to get to the next level because you're 250,000 revenue or more, I have a business coaching group that I just launched, and we want people like you who are thinking about trying to get to the next level in their business with your fellow entrepreneurs in an online community where you're actually able to encourage each other, you're able to get resources and templates. We do weekly coaching calls, and to make sure that you're on the right track, we also have courses as well that are part of the coaching group. So in the link in this description, go ahead and check it out. And I'd love to see you sign up for that. Book number 4. It's called Small Giants. This is by Bo Burlingham. This was a surprising favorite of mine that I've actually just recently read, and I think it's really good. Takeaway number 1 is to focus on being great instead of on being big. And so many small businesses try to grow faster than they're capable of handling the growth side of their business through sales, through customers acquisition, by running their business. They have no structure to their business, but they're trying to grow faster than they actually have the capacity for. So in the book Small Giants, Bo Burlingham says that you want to focus on excellence, building a good business instead of outpacing yourself before you're actually ready to take the plunge and to actually grow and to take on bigger leases, more employees, bigger cost of doing business. It's so important that you take your time when it comes to growing. Takeaway number 2 is about the power of community engagement. It's so important for you as a business owner to actually be able to talk to your stakeholders in your business. It's so important that you address your customers, your community, the people who buy from you, the people who are your vendors, and have good relationships with them all. It's important for you to assess every relationship you have in your business so that you can make sure that what you're being provided is optimal. But not just that, when you have good relationships in your business, people are honest with you, they're loyal, you get the best rates, and frankly, you have the ability to impact people in a positive way, and then people will refer you. You'll never have a shortage of word of mouth business. Takeaway number 3 from Small Giants is passion over profits. You know, he talks about how you should have a passion for what you're doing. You should never forget essentially your why. That's Simon Sinek though. And you want to make sure that you have a good idea about why you're still in business and what your goals are and what you're looking to provide. It's not worth selling your soul in business because you just want to make a buck. It's more important that you're able to always remember why you got in the business, keep that in front of you, and to always bring people into your passion, because when you enjoy what you do, you're going to stick with it longer. And sometimes as business owners, you get so in the weeds, so frustrated with the everyday, the bills coming in or managing employee schedules, that sometimes we just lose the fact that, frankly, you know, we're operating in business and we have reasons why we started this business. We wanted to make a big change. So don't forget your passion. Make that more central to what you do, and the money will come. So here's an action step from Bo Burlingham's Small Giants I want you to take. I want you to create a mission and vision statement for your business. If you don't have a mission and vision statement for your business, that's okay, because linked in the description is my course on how to create a mission and vision statement. It's less than $50, and you should consider getting it, because when you create a mission and vision statement, not only do you align your main purpose with what you have to do, but also you have the ability to speak the same language with your employees. At the same time, they'll know why they're doing what they do, which in turn is going to make your life a whole heck of a lot better, believe me. And by having this alignment across your employees, it's going to drive your success together. They're also going to know the reason why they have their jobs and what they're supposed to do on a daily basis. And more importantly, you can check in on your goals. You can build systems around them. You can build KPIs around them that you can measure to make sure that you're on target to hit your goals and that you're delivering your mission and values. And then it's a game changer for you. Our next book is How to Win Friends and Influence People. This is a critical book. It has been a critical book for a very long time Business leaders, from small business owners to medium-sized business owners to large business owners, have read this book because influencing people is a critical aspect of achieving what you need to in negotiations. The first takeaway is the importance of empathy. It's important for you to understand where your employees and where your vendors and where your customers are coming from. Put yourselves in their shoes, and when you do that, you will always deliver the value that they're looking for and that they expect from you when they do business with you. If you're a business leader, takeaway number 2 is the act of remembering names. When you remember names, you make a person feel valuable and valued. It's critical that as a business leader that you remember the names of the people that work for you, who are subordinates. When you do that, you make them feel like they're a part of your team. No kings or queens. The reality is that we're all in it together serving the company. So remembering names is a critical aspect of influencing people to be greater, to be better, to do better. Takeaway number 3 is encouraging people to actually talk about themselves. When people talk about themselves, there's no shortage of stuff that they're willing to actually say. And so when you have and encourage people to talk about themselves, what you're doing is you're having them embrace the opportunity to be able to tell you a little bit more about their past. When they do that, they're going to build rapport. When they build rapport with you, then in the future, you're going to be able to make an ask. So in those meetings, when you have someone that you're trying to sell, ask them about their family, how they're doing. How was that last vacation? What do they like? Do they like sports? Ask them about their sports team. When you get to know a person's likes and dislikes, when you get to know what a person has behind just the veneer of doing business, you can make the ask. And when you do, it's going to sound like a friend asking versus someone on the other side of the table. And that's what you want. The rapport is irreplaceable. So here's the action step. Your action step is to remember the person's name when you're talking to them. Try to have empathy for them and what they're going through. And lastly, have them talk about themselves to build rapport. So your action step is tomorrow, when you go back into your business, if there's someone that you don't know, a vendor that you don't know, a customer that you don't know, or a new customer that you're trying to get to know, use their name often, frequently, so that they understand that you're connecting with them. Get to know them. Ask them a real question. Just not how are you doing today? No. How you doing today? I mean, that's a terrible question. The better question is,
hey, it's great to see you. I see you all the time. I see that you have a Chicago Bears, hat on. You're a Bears fan? How long have you been a Bears fan?
Get to know them personally. When you do that, you build rapport. So these 5 books, although you may say, well, some of the points seem a little hokey, but here's the thing. Basic blocking and tackling. When you actually implement the fundamentals in your business, showing empathy for people, understanding that you want to turn your business to an asset, installing systems for people, staying small, focus on building a great business instead of a big business. Your business will naturally grow big if it's great first. The reality is that these are the things, these basic tenets of building a business are what make you millions and millions of dollars. If you're interested in trying to figure out whether or not you're ready to build the business, whether or not your business is ready to grow, you can take my Growth Assessment Accelerator, which is also linked in the description as well. It will give you a score about your work processes, about your workflow, about your business efficiency, and it will let you know whether or not you're ready to actually grow to the next level, and it's completely free. Check it out in the description of this video as well. Until next time, here's what I think you should do next. I think you should watch this video right here so that you can learn how to turbocharge your business. I'm Micah. I'll see you later.